Hello, my name is Whitney, and today I'm going to be explaining the DIVING-PAM and how it can be used to explore underwater photosynthesis. Let's dive into it. So, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is how plants are able to make their own food using the energy in sunlight. As we can see here, the plant takes in carbon dioxide, a gas in the air all around us, as well as water. Using the energy from sunlight, the plant converts these materials into oxygen, another gas in the air, and glucose. Glucose is the plant's food, its energy source. It ultimately forms the leaves, stems, and roots of the entire plant. It is also what gets eaten by other living things. So, we can think of photosynthesis as the way that plants convert the energy from the sun into energy that it can use. Some plants, like seagrasses, live entirely underwater. Plants are not the only photosynthesizers, however. There are other living things that can photosynthesize, such as coral, algae, and cyanobacteria. Algae can come in lots of different forms. This green mat is what most people are familiar with. Kelp and seaweed are also forms of algae, however. Cyanobacteria are very small, and they live on sea sponges, like the one in this cartoon. Photosynthesizers are important because they provide food and shelter for animals, such as the shrimp, snail, and little fish shown here. Photosynthesizers also regulate the surroundings by keeping oxygen levels up, which is necessary for animals to breathe. Knowing this, what happens if photosynthesizers are unhealthy? We will see the number of photosynthesizers decrease and possibly vanish. This will cause the animals that depend on them to decrease and possibly vanish as well. This makes the animals that depend on those animals also decrease. This can lead to all these living things dying out. Now that we see how important it is for photosynthesizers to be healthy, how can we monitor the health of underwater photosynthesizers? We can use a diving PAM. A diving PAM is a device used to measure how well a photosynthesizer can perform photosynthesis. It can be used underwater as long as it's not taken any deeper than 50 meters, or about 164 feet. To understand how a diving PAM works, we need to look at how energy in photosynthesizers is transferred. Light comes in and is used to create food for the plant, as we've seen before. This process can be called photochemistry, as it is here. Some of the light energy is lost as heat. The rest of the light energy is emitted back. A diving PAM works by flashing a light at the photosynthesizer and measuring how much light the photosynthesizer emits back. The light that is emitted is called fluorescent light, and it cannot be seen by the human eye, but it can be seen and analyzed by the diving PAM. The less light that the photosynthesizer emits, the more efficient it is at converting the light energy into food. This clip from a video shows how a diving PAM is used. You can see the light flash out of the end of the tube where the diver is holding it to the algae. The fluorescent light emitted by the algae then travels back through the tube, where the shiny cylinder part then processes the information. Is diving PAMs. One group that uses them is the McCoy Lab at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. The lab studies how different mechanisms, such as underwater photosynthesis, are affected by things like climate change. These changes can include pollution, increasing temperatures, and even effects from other animals. The effects of these changes can often be surprising. The effects can be severe and permanently alter the lives of the living things in the area. This makes it especially clear why it's important to monitor the health of living things in the wild, including photosynthesizers. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about the diving PAM.